The Reindeer Mother by Kay Gray. Sasha awoke on the morning of Christmas Eve. The light was just breaking over the hillside, but already she could see the rays glinting through the frost on her window. "Santa comes tonight," she thought to herself. The smell of blinchiki seeped into her room. Putting on her slippers, she ran downstairs. "Mom, Mom, Santa comes tonight," she shouted. Running into the kitchen, she saw her parents sitting at the table with small plates of food in front of them. Their sad faces told her that something was not right. "What's wrong?" she asked them, pulling up a chair. "Santa can't come tonight," her mother told her. Looking sadly at her husband, she sighed. Sasha's father folded up a piece of paper that had some red numbers on it and put it away. "What's that?" Sasha asked. "Nothing, my деточка. I'm sure Santa will find his way somehow." Sasha ate her breakfast, deep in thought about what Santa might bring her. "Bye!" she shouted from the door. All wrapped up in sweaters and scarves, Sasha ran outside to play in the cold winter sun. She ran along the frozen creek, through the frosted forest, found red berries to decorate the white landscape, and came upon a speckled rosy mushroom peeking out of the snow. "Hello there," she said to the mushroom. "Aren't you a little cold?" She patted the snow with needles from a nearby fir tree, making a cozy bed for the mushroom. "There you are," she said. That night, Sasha had fallen asleep on the couch while waiting for Santa to arrive. Her mother covered her with a blanket and left another log in the fire to keep her daughter warm. "Don't be too sad when Santa doesn't come," her mother whispered. Sighing, she went upstairs to bed. In her sleep, Sasha dreamed of flying. A scuffle and a bump, a jingle and a muffled voice awoke Sasha from her slumber. She sat up briskly. "What was that?" she whispered. Another scuffle, clearly from the roof this time. Bolting from the couch, she grabbed her boots, coat, and scarf and ran up the stairs to the attic. Climbing outside the window onto the roof, her nightie blowing in the moonlit breeze, Sasha's eyes widened when she saw what stood in front of her. A beautiful reindeer tapped the ground with her front hoof, her sides adorned with red and green embroidery, bells twinkling in the moonlight. But upon the reindeer's head, between her majestic antlers, a glowing ball of light swirled. "Wow!" escaped from Sasha's lips. From behind the reindeer came a figure dressed in red, a long red robe trimmed with white fur, and a red cap upon their head. "Santa?" Sasha asked. The figure turned around. A wise old woman faced the girl and smiled. "Hello," she said. Sasha could not utter a word. She was so surprised to meet this old woman, who with one glance seemed to communicate all the stories of the world straight into Sasha's heart. "I'm not what you were expecting," the woman said. Sasha slowly shook her head in agreement. "I'm Khadne, keeper of the reindeer, and this," she looked over at the deer that stood before her. "This is the deer mother." Sasha stared at the reindeer agape, at a complete loss for words. After a few moments, she swallowed and asked the question on the tip of her tongue. "Are you going to bring children presents?" she finally said. An uproarious laugh began in Khadne's belly and echoed out into the snow-covered woods. It shook the earth, and the tremors made the snow fall from nearby branches. Noticing that the child looked embarrassed, Khadne finally wiped her tears of laughter away and kneeled down to look deeply into Sasha's eyes. "I am here to help the reindeer mother bring back the sun," she whispered. Sasha looked at the antlers holding the glowing ball of light, and for the first time she really understood. From her pocket, Khadne gently pulled out a glowing red mushroom. "Where did you find that?" Sasha exclaimed. "It was you who kept this beautiful amanita safe and sound, and helped me find it." Bringing her hand to the deer mother's mouth, Khadne whispered something into her ear as she fed her the whimsical red winter mushroom. She patted the deer mother, who then promptly shook her head and sprinkled snow in every direction. "Hi!" giggled Sasha. Extending her hand to the little girl, Khadne's gaze once again spoke volumes. "Can I really come with you to put the sun back in the sky?" Sasha eagerly said. Nodding once and leading her to the adorned sleigh behind the deer mother, this mysterious elder woman put Sasha in a cozy seat and covered her with a heavy blanket. Khadne clicked her tongue. At once, the sleigh began to rise into the air. The glowing ball of light was brighter than ever before. "Wow," whispered Sasha. "Hold on tight," said Khadne, and with a snap of the reins, they flew off into the night sky. Riding over silver forests, mirrored lakes, sleepy towns, and snow-covered mountains, the light between the antlers of the deer mother poured liquid gold over everything in its path. Looking far below, Sasha could see children waking up and running to their Christmas trees, eager to open presents. She smiled, thinking of how happy they must be. People came out of their homes and pointed at the streak of light appearing above their heads. Quickly gathering their families and friends, they ran down hillsides to play snow games and ice skate on nearby ponds. Sasha didn't get any presents under her tree that night, but it didn't matter. In her heart, she knew that helping the deer mother bring back the sunlight was the greatest gift she could have ever asked for.